Hello, everybody. This is Kanan, November 9, Foxtrot Zulu. And last time we left off, we were loading in stats into Hunterlog, and we have not gotten, only have loaded in the park hunts. And as you can see, there's other things we can load in this menu, operator stats and location stats. We'll start with the operator stats because it's a little bit more involved to get loaded in. You see here that I've got the park stuff loaded in, but I know some of these people I've probably got QSOs with, and there should be the same kind of counts here for these as well as for these locations. And we'll get that loaded up here in a second, but I will say that in this version 008, it's not great. I'm going to have to update the way that the operator stats are loaded in, because the library that's used here has a little bit of an issue loading in some stuff with with different kind of comments that you might have. It doesn't like loading up things with emojis and that kind of things. But we can get around that with this version. Before I get that fixed, I'm going to use my logger is this log for OM, and it does let you select the fields for your ADIF, and I want to show you which ones that you need to select to load into this version of Hunterlog. Here they are on the screen. If you want to pause and look at it, we want to select more or less these. We don't want to select all of it we don't want to select standard because it will make the file way too large. So got band, call sign, very important. We want frequency. That's very important for Hunterlog. Grid square, we want that. Mode, we want name. Not super important, but we do want it. POTOREF, we want it just in case. QSO date should be already selected, as well as RST received and sent. If those aren't there, it'll default to some normal things like 59, 599, whatever. Most importantly, we want SIG and SIG info. We'll also pick SODAREF just to look at it in case we get some. And we'll pick, I'll leave sub mode, even though I don't think it's needed, or I know Hunterlog doesn't use that. And we'll select WWFF, and then we'll export all these. I'll just dump this onto the desktop. Shouldn't take very long. Whatever logger you use, hopefully it'll let you do something similar. Looks like it's done. Another great tool is a program called ADIF Master to just open these up and work with them. It makes it very easy instead of having to just change the actual text files. You can see we got all the things loaded in here. I've got a lot of QSOs in here that aren't POTA at all. These are actually probably all CWT QSOs. There's a couple of POTA QSOs here. It could be anything in here. This is all of my log. I want to sort this SIG column. And there's probably some that I'm not going to pull in, but I'm not too worried about it. I don't have time to go and fix every last one of them. If you want to do that, you're welcome to it. Some of these have been logged incorrectly before, just for whatever reason. These should all, if these are POTA QSOs, the SIG should be POTA. It'd be much easier. But here's all the ones that do have that set. And I just want to select all of these, including these other ones down here. And then save these as another ADIF file. We'll do this POTA only minimum amount. I'll close that. I want to show you this is the original ADIF file that was generated. It was 5 megabytes with I don't know how many QSOs in there. This one is 1.28 megabytes. Let's see how many QSOs is in there. About 6,038. So that's a fair number of POTA QSOs. And I will bring this back up. And I will go stats. And I will actually, you know what, I will show you a little bit of secret internal stuff here. Let's look at what the database has in it. Right now, we don't have any QSOs in our table. The only thing I've loaded in has been the parks, which will be in the parks table. I'm gonna close this before we do it, but here, there's nothing in this table. Let's close that. We're gonna go find. Well, we are going to find it's on the desktop. It's not in there. And now I broke it. Okay, I thought I broke it. Had to restart. Opening this back up, I have moved this in here. This is the ADIF I just generated. That was, you know, it's only about a meg. We're going to hit open. See how long it takes. That was pretty quick. I was running it before and with the entire log, and it just crashed. It didn't work. So there's some issues. I need to update this. And let me show you now. Actually, let me just refresh, see what it says here. Okay, I don't know, maybe I haven't hunted any of these people. Or it hasn't refreshed completely. Let's look inside the database again. There we are. Lots of QSOs in here now. Lots of QSOs. Oh, I think I forgot to input the state for some of these. I wonder if that's possible in here. Is there a state? There is. I should have exported it. Let's see what it does without it. Ah, there we go. It finally refreshed. You can see the operator stats here, but we don't have our location stats yet. See, it'll use the QSO count for, so it'll think I have 5 QSOs with Steve here, and it'll get that count from this list of QSOs that's in this database. Let me close this so it doesn't mess up. And I'll do the one last thing I want to do is I will load in the location data. This is just the data from the POTA website. It'll download it and load it in. It should only take as long as it takes to download this file. Now, downloaded successfully. We should be good to go. We will see it probably refresh here in a second. I might have to force it to refresh. Just closing it down, relaunching it doesn't hurt. And now, like here, these numbers might not be completely accurate based on the QSOs, and that's just because of a lot of 2-fers, 3-fers, infers in POTA just kind of mess up a lot of these numbers when we're trying to track it just with the QSOs that you might have in a log. A very useful thing, though, if you're trying to like track down all the parks in a particular state, no, not this one, stats. I have this set up, and I use this for the Georgia parks. Because I'm trying to get all those. And what it does is it takes a second because it has to go and download the list of all the Georgia parks. These are the ones I haven't hunted. I can now copy and paste this kind of ugly looking list into Hamalert and get triggers off of it. If I didn't have the location stats and the QSOs loaded in here, this wouldn't work. Well, I hope this was informative. I hope it helped. And we will come back next time and do the cat configuration and the logger configuration so we can get it set up, at least running with FLRig and log for OM. I'll have to do that on my Shack computer, which is much slower than this one. Anyway, goodbye for now.